Just Being Me podcast. Your girls, Margot and Mary.
Bad luck picks its company by invitation only. Bullshit! I'm going to tell you why I said that. For anyone who has ever said, my luck is so bad, to those who have ever asked, why do these things always happen to me? For anyone who dares to say, I give up, get a pencil and a piece of paper and write this down. What you ask for, you get. Bullshit. What you see, you are. What you give, you get back. Someday, somehow, sooner or later. There is no such thing as bad luck. The ancient Africans said, with your own hands, you make your success. With your own hands, you destroy it. We say things return to us. We do things we know we are good that are not good for us. We think things that create situations we don't want. The only way to create success or luck is to think, speak, and act in ways that support ourselves. I make my own luck. The reason why I'm saying bullshit and I'm not going to do the little cheer is because Mary and I had just thought we was recording for the past 30 minutes and and we wasn't. So I'm frustrated right now because we love you guys and we want to make sure that we have an episode that's out. But of course, my Acts of Faith Daily Meditation for People of Color by Ayala Van Zant was about bad luck. And I didn't ask for bad luck. I didn't ask not to be recording all of our good and juicy conversation, which was really good for the past 30 minutes. And I didn't push record. So, hey, y'all. After all of that, welcome to episode 97, the do-over. We want to thank you for tuning in to our podcast. Hey, Miss Mary.
Hey, Margot.
All fake.
Hey, Miss Nurse.
We want to thank you guys for tuning in last week. Please continue to spread the word to your friends and family about our podcast. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Castbox, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Deezer, Podcast Addicts, and Amazon Music under Podcasts. So we're going to really just jump into it because why not? Our weekend.
What did you do this weekend?
What did you do this weekend, Miss Mary?
Okay, I got a haircut. I started my weekend by getting a haircut. I got a big chop. I'm loving it. It's just a little pixie cut. It feels good. I'm so glad I did it. I was looking to do it right before vacation, but I changed my mind and I said, I need it done now. I can't stand it anymore. So I went in and got it, and she did a wonderful job. I was very comfortable. It's hard to find a good beautician that can actually cut hair and that is not afraid to cut your hair. And she did exactly what I wanted. You know, I didn't have to sit there and sip wine and gossip. You know, she got down to it. She was done. I paid her and I left. You know, that was it. And I had to send her a text the following day and said, thank you so much. You did exactly what I wanted. I did that on Friday night. Saturday, went shopping. You know, I'm getting ready for my vacation. The pair of sandals that I had been looking at Macy's were finally on sale. So I was going to buy a few pair of those. Ended up that they only had one pair in my size that was the color, black. I ended up getting the black sandals. I wanted to get the actual, it was like a light brown, like a cognac. And then I was going to either get blue or red. And only one pair was in my size. And he had the nerve to ask me if I wanted him to call around to see if any other Macy's had them. I said no, because I'm not going anywhere else. I'm good to be here.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not coming back. But so I got my sandals and did some shopping, got some shorts and things like that. And then on Sunday, the barbecue found me.
Ooh.
So I had some very good barbecue. It was the best I had all year. It did not have any sauce on it. It didn't need any sauce. I'm telling you. I got a to-go plate, and before I got home, I had a rib bone in my mouth because I couldn't stop eating it. I mean, it was just that delicious. And then on Monday, I relaxed and got my head right for Tuesday. So that was my weekend, pretty much. And what about you, lady?
Oh, so I worked half of the weekend because we had a grand opening of Pastrami on the Run on June 1st. Yay! So that's been going pretty well. And I was able to relax this actual weekend because they have it all under control there, and I was able to kind of get some relaxation time, so I really appreciated that. And that's it, really. I didn't get barbecue. I wanted barbecue, but I didn't find it. So
okay.
I just figured I just eat whatever that's not in here. It's nothing in my refrigerator.
Y'all been on the run so much.
Been on the run, literally on the run with the pastrami that I haven't even went grocery shopping for my house. And since I've been having these past couple of days at home and couple of nights at home, it's nothing in that refrigerator. It's nothing to eat.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna have to go to the grocery store this weekend and get something.
Yeah, it's the first thing in the morning. It's the first of the month.
Oh,
it's really crowded in there right now.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I'll go first thing in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my weekend. It was good. I was glad to get some kind of relaxation in. So that was cool.
Oh, good. Good for you.
Yeah. Okay, so let's jump into our let's talk about it. So, Tessica Brown, you may know that name. That was the Gorilla Glue lady that glued her hair with that Gorilla Glue. And they have a song. It's a song that's on like TikTok and Instagram. It's called Bad Idea. And it's like her voice saying, my hair, it don't move. It don't move. It don't move. It just keep going like that. And so this guy, Coco Brown, had made the audio for it, and it's all over TikTok. It's all over Instagram. People have been making different, dances and all this stuff to it. Well, he's making money off of this song that he created, but with her voice. It's her voice, and he made money. So she's suing him. She got some lawyers, some legal team to do a cease and desist of her music, of her voice. And
good for her.
Yeah. Because dude is making money. And when I first read this story, I was like, okay, well, I mean, you on TikTok, you on Instagram, that's just out in the universe. Like, when you do this kind of stuff, you may get recorded. People might use it again. Like, they have on here, I just seen Damon Wayne and his daughter was doing like a little thing on TikTok. So, people reuse your voice, but they're not making money from it. This dude is making money from her voice. So I'm like, no, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. So they've removed it off of TikTok. They removed it from Instagram, Apple Music, and Spotify. And told him to cease and they gave him the cease and desist. So hopefully, I know he's not making $1 million off of it, but that's that lady voice. And whatever you making on, you give her a little percentage. Here, let me give you 10% for, it's your voice. Let me give you what I got. So
yeah. And by just doing that, he could have continued on making a little more money. You know what I mean?
right,
But now, since he didn't do that, no more money for you either.
right.
You're done, dude.
You're done. You're really done. So, yeah. Let's see. Amazon announced. I'm over here on my what is this? The Shade Room. World News. Amazon said that they are no longer going to screen employees for marijuana use, which is great. Like they're not going to do it anymore.
So those pre-employment tests, pre-employment physicals, not going to be tested for marijuana. Huh?
Nope, not going to be tested for marijuana, which is cool. But if they have an accident, then you will be tested. You will be tested. Reasonable suspicion. So if you eating all the donuts in the break room and staring out of the window,
stealing folks' lunches.
You might need to go to the doctor and be tested for marijuana because
right,
you're impaired.
Being too detailed on your job, right?
Right. She's concentrating.
She's still dealing with that same problem.
Right. It's like, did you figure it out? Not yet.
Did you walk past her, but she's still dealing with that? What number was she on when you passed?
Okay, the same numbers. Still doodling on that paper.
But at least that's okay. That's okay. But well, I guess if you're operating heavy machinery or you're driving or something like the DOTs, like you said, I guess they would have to test you because that's a different test,
right?
And then, of course, for the accidents or whatever, insurance company's going to frown upon that.
Right.
So,
yeah.
But if you're just sitting at the desk, hitting the keyboard and, pushing some paper, you should be okay.
Right. Yeah. You should be fine. You should be fine.
You should be okay. I mean, don't overdo it, but I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah. So
be able to talk on the phone and hold the conversation and do your job.
Yeah.
That's your business. In those locations where it's legal.
Right. Right. So
I mean, don't come in the door smelling like marijuana.
That part right there. Because marijuana stink. It stinks really bad when it's on somebody. Like when it's on you. And it's just a bad smell. So I mean, they're not saying that you could come in high. They're not saying you can be high at work. They're just saying they're not gonna test you for it. And so don't come if you do smoke it, cool. They're saying cool. But don't come in there smelling like it. Don't come from puffing a blunt on your way to work and you walking in the office smelling like a blunt. That's reasonable suspicion. That's like, you smell like a blunt.
Exactly. And don't offer to pick up people on your way, to work on the way home. Your car is just reeking of marijuana. Don't do that either. No. Okay?
Do not do that. I'm like, ooh, I got in that car. Oh, I got a contact. Oh my God.
And it's so hard. I mean, you listen. You could get into people's cars and they may not have smoked that day. You know what I mean? They have smoked in their car that day. But they can't get that smell out of there.
No, it's in your car. It's in there.
In the car.
Yeah. It's ugh.
Ew.
It's in there. Stop smoking in your cars.
Ew. When I used to smoke cigarettes, I would not smoke in my car. I would not smoke in my car because I didn't want my car smelling like cigarettes, and I didn't want my car to smell like an ashtray.
Yeah.
So you couldn't. I always kept the coins and stuff in my ashtray.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't dare smoke in my car.
Mm-hmm. And I smoke.
I just wouldn't do it. You can't get that smell in your car.
It's hard to get out of your car. I would smoke because I was a closet smoker around my parents and stuff. So I would smoke, but I would douse my car. Like you would not even. A lot of people didn't even know that I smoked because I would make sure that I didn't smell like smoke, and anything that I had didn't smell like smoke. A lot of people didn't even, when they see me with a cigarette, they're like, you smoke? I'm like, yeah. Like, you don't smell it? They're like, no. I'm like, okay, because I try to mask it as much as I could.
Right.
But see, my ex-husband, my first husband, he smoked cigarettes. So if they did smell a hint of smoke, they just like, oh, well, Rob smoked, so she just probably smelled like that because he smoked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, but then when we broke up, then they knew, hey, I still smell soap.
You think that Rob's habit.
Right, I did. And I did. Oh, my gosh. So they had this, I'm with the wrong mouse over here. I got two mice. I got Mises. What's his name? It was a veteran. So I should have been queuing this up. I did this the same way when I thought I was recording. It was a veteran. This is from TMZ. It was a vet that was silenced while he was giving credit to freed slaves. So he was making a speech in at an Ohio cemetery at a Memorial Day ceremony, and he started to talk about or acknowledge how Black Americans' role in creating Memorial Day. And when he started to talk about it, his mic went off. Like he went.
Cold-blooded.
He tapped it. They said he tapped it. Hello? Hello? Did anybody hear me?
Testing.
Testing. Testing.
Can
1,
you hear
2, 3. He requested for it to be turned back on, and the organizers did not turn the microphone back on. And so they're asking for the organizers to be to resign. You know, y'all know that wasn't, or get some. They said they also been warned with this.
They should very well do that.
Yeah.
And why wasn't he allowed to make that speech? I mean, they have some explaining to do.
Yeah.
I don't know why it kills them to acknowledge the things that we as a people have done for this country.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is it so hard?
Why do you have
and why are you carrying so much malice? We did nothing to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? We showed you some things. We created some things. We worked free for you. Are you mad because we were free?
Right.
What's wrong?
What is the problem? What is the problem?
You don't want the history told correctly.
Right.
What is the problem? What are you so afraid of?
Mm-hmm. Yep. You don't want to write it in your history books. If somebody talk about it, they get silenced. If we talk about it, we get silenced. So it's just I don't understand the whole thing.
If it was so right, why are you so ashamed?
Right.
You're ashamed of it.
Mm-hmm.
You're ashamed of the history. You're ashamed of the way that you treated people. Mm-hmm. That's why you don't want anyone to know the history, the true history.
Right. It sucks. And they have on here they have Forrest Gump in that scene where he's in the what is it? The memorial where they're like the water is in the middle in Washington. They have that scene where he was talking and then that man had went and pulled the microphone, and then when he put the microphone back on, because he didn't pull the microphone, he didn't know that he pulled it out. Then he pulled it back in because it was like, we can't hear you. And so the man had turned back around because he was talking about the Vietnam War. And when the man turned back, he was like, oh, he put it back in. And then Forrest was like, and that's all I have to say about that. They didn't hear nothing that man said because the microphone was off.
Right. And like silenced him.
He got silenced.
Look, you're not going to tell that story on our Memorial Day.
Nope, we don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear it. So they silenced the dude, and I hope that they do resign or get something done to disciplinary actions or whatever it is, because that's not right.
And in order for him to be able to speak, he had to have an invitation.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm understanding that.
He didn't go by what y'all told him to say, and then he came with his own little speech, and y'all was like, "That's not what we told you to say. You're not supposed to talk about that. You said you was gonna talk about this."
Yeah.
Dude.
Pull the cord. Pull the cord.
Pull the cord. Please pull the cord.
Wow. That's sad.
Yeah, that is sad. So F. Lee Bailey, who was the famous attorney for the O.J. Simpson case, passed away this morning in Georgia. He was in hospice, and his family is saying that they're chalking it up to old age. He was 87 years old.
No.
Yep.
He lived a good, long, comfortable life.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
And he was made famous.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He was famous. They have OJ on here saying, "Farewell, my friend." Shut up, OJ. He just... he cannot just sit down.
So now, how many attorneys have died that was on the OJ team?
Yep. You got Johnny Cochran. You got Robert Kardashian. And now you have... Did Robert Shapiro die? Wait a minute. Hold on. Cause
I think he did.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I can't. Everybody did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Robert Shapiro. Yep. Is he dead? Don't say that man did. Cause
yeah, he died, didn't he? Man,
no, he's not dead. He's not dead. He's not dead. He's not dead. He's 78 years old.
Oh, he's not dead?
No. I was about to say, because I haven't seen him. It's known for what? Best known for, yeah, they don't have a death date. Okay, so he
okay, so they hired him somewhere. That's why we ain't seen him. He must not be doing well.
Yeah, his picture, he bald. He had hair when he was back in the day, like Italian.
Yeah, he wasn't a bad looking guy.
No, he looks like an old bald headed man now.
Yeah, they usually don't age well.
So yeah, he's alive. So it was Kardashian, Bailey now, and Cochran, who's gone. Mm-hmm. Yep. So, this thing said, who in the Dream Team is still alive? This was a long time ago. Robert Shapiro is the only one from the Dream Team that's alive. He's the only one left.
Wow.
Okay. That's all I have for the let's talk about it. What you got on your soapbox, Miss Mary?
I'm going to just talk about Naomi Osaka, and she is number 2 in the world, a tennis star, and she was playing, as we all know, in the French Open, and she had won the first round. I believe she did. She won the first round, but anywho, due to her mental wellness, she did not want to be interviewed by the press. Okay, and they told her that in doing that, she would have to pay a fine of $15,000. She said, "Sure, no problem. I'll pay the fine." So, of course, they got mad at that because she said it was, with ease. Like, okay, no problem. I'll pay it. So they got mad, and of course, the Twitters, everything started going. Everybody started making comments about it or what have you. Piers Morgan was saying he didn't believe her, and how dare she. Billie Jean King said she did not agree with her, and it wasn't necessary, and she doesn't understand that it is a privilege to play in the French Open and all those type of things. The bottom line is the girl said that she has experienced depression.
Right.
And when she speaks to the reporters, it gives her anxiety. So explain to me what's wrong with her saying, "I'm going to pass on that because you guys don't make me feel good when you ask me a whole bunch of stupid questions, make me feel like I don't belong in this space." Okay? And then talk down and look down at me. Who wants to feel bad after they whoop somebody's ass on the court?
Right.
And then have to go and sit with a whole bunch of old white folks,
Right.
and they're ripping your ass apart after
Right.
you just whip somebody on the court,
Right.
and you're number 2 in the world, but they're making you feel like you don't even belong there, and you don't deserve it.
Right.
Okay? She's just trying to protect her mental right now. And I take my hat off to her. Good for her.
Yep.
I call that doing a Dave Chappelle.
Yep. Exactly.
And I really think that a lot of these entertainers, a lot of these athletes and stuff, they need to start taking the high road when it comes to their mental health, you know, because the only thing that these people want from you is what they can get and the money that they can make off of you.
Right.
They don't care about what it does to your mental.
Right.
Okay? All they interested in is their bank accounts.
That's it.
And making their family comfortable. How dare you not go out there and do what we tell you to do and do what we pay you to do? Damn your mental. That's the way they see it.
Right.
You know, and I'm glad that this young lady at this age saying, you can have it. I'm out.
Yep. Take it.
You know what I mean? They always feel like they can dangle that carrot in our face, and of course, we're going to take it. Some of us do. And then again, some of us don't.
Yep.
But I'm glad this young lady here, she didn't.
That's right.
And I'm glad. And I knew she was somebody. And the reason I knew she was somebody was because, I don't know if you remember or not, but she's Asian. She has some Asian in her. I think it was her mother. But her father from Haiti.
Oh, she black.
They never mentioned that. They never mention that. They always say Asian, 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 Asian.
Right.
One day she corrected one of those reporters and says, there's another side. I'm Haitian too.
Okay. That's right.
She had to let them know, hey, wait a minute. I'm biracial. I'm Haitian as well.
Okay. Nobody want to deal with
I'm
all
like,
that.
things like that. You can see she Haitian, but you don't want to mention that.
Right.
You don't want to mention that. Because there was a time you guys wouldn't even let the Haitians into the United States. So how dare she mention that her father? Boy, we are something else.
Yeah.
We are something else. And the French, oh my God, they're even worse. But I am so glad that she did that. I just wish that a lot of other people would have done it. I mean, you know, and then Venus and her sister, Venus got up there and said something about it didn't bother her that she had some thick skin. And she said that they can say what they want to say, but they can't beat her on the court. And she said, I just think about that all the time. Yeah, you can say what you want to say, but you can't beat me.
Yep.
You know, she said that was her mental. That's how she dealt with it.
Right.
That's how she dealt with it. But everybody's level of mental is different.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same.
It's not the same. And what's important to you guys may not be important to her.
Right.
You know, yeah, she good. And oh, she can play a game of tennis. And oh, she can whoop you in it. But the bottom line is, not when it comes to my mental.
Right. That's
you guys are not going to humiliate me. You're not going to have me feeling this way or whatever. I want to be proud of the game I played. You know what I mean? I want to be proud of who I am. And, you know, you guys are not going to make me feel bad for being here and being as good as I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and let's face it. It's tough for anybody of color to step out their door every day, especially when we have to sit up and watch all this terror on our TVs all the time about, you know, the police officers, Mr. Protect and Serve, killing black men at every turn.
Right.
You know, and even sometimes stray bullets killing our kids, you know, and then turn around and, you know, you putting your knee on somebody's neck for over 9 minutes, you know, and then we have to have this big trial. And oh, I didn't tell you this, but his lawyer wants him to get probation. And the other ones, and then the other defense, they say that they want him to get 30 years. They fighting over that right now.
Oh my. Probation.
I'm just like, 30 years, fucking life. What are you talking about?
Life. Probation, 30 years, life. This man is gone for life.
His team, the murderer, his team wants to give him probation. Now, the opposing team wants to say, no, 30 years. Well, what do you mean 30 years?
Right.
You talk about life, dude.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Kill somebody.
Yeah.
That's Joe
Intentionally.
would get life.
Yeah. Yeah.
He wouldn't even see daylight again. Are you kidding me right now?
Right.
But what I'm saying is, it's a struggle for all of us to get out in this United States and try to survive with all the things that we face with every day. You know what I mean? And like I said, these things that they show on TV is crazy.
Right.
I mean, we all should be seeing a therapist right about now.
Right. For all the stuff we've been through.
Because you know what? And nobody can explain this to us. And nobody can say how it feels. And nobody can say, no, I'm not a bigot. No, you shouldn't feel any kind of way about what I just said. You can't tell us how to feel. You can't tell us what you're not.
Right.
Or whatever. You can't do those things because you haven't walked in our shoes.
Right.
Not our color. And that goes for Miss Billie Jean King.
She has something to say.
You know, I don't care what happened to you when you were playing tennis. The bottom line was you weren't black. Right. You don't know what these black girls have went through.
Right.
So therefore, you should not comment on it.
Right.
Period. You know, these people don't know how they make people of color feel by what they say because they don't know what we've been through. They don't know what we go through. Some of them do. Some of them just choose not to acknowledge it.
Right.
Because they enjoy the that they get, you know. But again, I'm just going to say, I'm just happy for what she did. I mean, it makes me feel really good about the job that her parents did with her. And for her to be able to walk away and say, you can have it, and take that $15,000 and donate it to charity. You ain't even got to give it back.
Yep. I'm good. Bye.
You know what I mean? I think that's wonderful. And that's a young girl.
Yeah.
I think that's wonderful. She can go on and do a whole bunch of other stuff. You guys, please, get out of here.
Yeah.
You know, instead of, just like they did the other little girl, what was her name? Simone?
Oh, Simone Biles.
The gymnast?
Yep.
Her tearing her down after she did those whatever she was doing, those somersaults, whatever she did. And they were saying that she made it hard for other people to compete.
Like, what are you talking about?
What she did has never been done. What a thing to say.
Right.
You see what I'm talking about?
Right.
With these athletes and stuff, they try to break you down mentally.
Yeah.
No, you're not going to do that.
No. And
so
she's not letting them do it.
She should feel bad that she was able to do this.
Right.
Come on. And see, the parents need to understand, too, that you allow your kids to get in these spots and these positions and stuff like that. And then what happens is, you know, your kids grow up and they become nut jobs.
Right.
You know, or they try to commit suicide. They go to drugs and things like that because of what happens to them on the inside in these circles. You know, so I'm glad she protected herself and said, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm glad David Chappelle did what he did. I don't need your fucking money. I'm out.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to sell my soul.
Yeah. It's about me first. It's me. I have to be mentally
always
okay.
Be about you first.
Before anything.
Always be about you first.
Yeah.
You know, and stop letting people use you because the only thing you're good for, as far as they're concerned, is a check in their bank account. That's it. You know, they don't want to hear anything you got to say about mental anything.
No.
They don't think you're human as it is.
Right.
But that's my soapbox. I'm sorry.
No, that was a good one. Ain't nothing to be sorry about. That was a good one. I seen that on there, and that's, don't silence people. Let them do what they have to do, and just be okay with that. That's what she chose. She chose herself over anything. Money, fame, you, anybody. She just said, I can't do it. So that's a good lesson. Good lesson for us as people.
That's right.
I had a soapbox. Oh, I didn't have a soapbox. Look, I am all off my perch. Okay, I'm all off my perch because we had to redo this, and we had to like at least 30 minutes. Anyway, I do have like one. I call it a rant and a rave. In dealing with customers. So now that we are in the business of having to deal with customers, it is a rave and it is also a rant because the customer is always right. The customer, no matter if they're wrong, the customer is always right. And now with social media and, people can blast you for the smallest things all over social media if they want to. And people will believe what they say. Just because they have 1 million followers, then they'll be like, oh, okay, well, we're going to not deal with this company because this influencer or person has said whatever. So we have to be mindful. And this is something that I'm telling, like, the crew of Pastrami on the Run. We have to be mindful that this is a new element in the world. And that you have to make sure, no matter what, that you cater to that customer. Because you don't want to find the wrong person that just say, F your company. I have all these followers. I'm just going to blast you. And that's it.
Right.
And I've ran into, because we're on Yelp now. I really appreciate that we had a lot of people that did come to our business and put great reviews on there. But we had one bad review. It was a half review. It was a good for one item, but the other item, we don't know what happened to the item. It was something wrong with the item that we needed to fix. But it gave us the opportunity to fix that item. Right. And I appreciated that comment. It don't have to always, I don't want of course we want our reviews to always be good, but if there is something wrong, I don't mind seeing a review saying, hey, look, I paid this money and this was wrong, so you need to fix it. And the person did, she said that what was wrong with it, and I got in contact with her, and she was very gracious. She went onto my Instagram page, on the Pastrami on the Run Instagram page, and gave us a rave. Even though she put on Yelp that, this item was delicious, but this one I won't order anymore because it was horrible, whatever. But because I had got right back to her and said, I'm very sorry, that was a bad batch of what it was, and what I would like to do is offer you something else. She said, you know what? I thank you for getting right back to me. And she went on her page and she raved us and said this was good. And the owner had got back to me right. She said, I put in an honest review on Yelp, and the owner got right back to me to correct that wrong. So I appreciate that. But cool. Yeah, that was really cool. And everybody is not, we can't expect that everybody's going to be that way. So, just dealing with customers. And I used to work in customer service a long time ago. And it is bringing me back like, okay, we just have to make sure everything is right. Like, you got to double check everything. Make sure everything is right before it go out of this kitchen. It makes me think of, like Hell's Kitchen. Because I used to love watching Hell's Kitchen. But he tasted everything before it went out. He had that little tasting spoon. He tasted. He'd be like, "What is this? Why is this don't have any seasoning? Why this is this?" And I get it. Like, you have to. If you're in the food industry, you have to taste it before the customer tastes it and complain about it. You want to. If you complain about it, then cool. Nobody ever will know. But y'all in the kitchen. But if it goes out, then it's out. That's like letting all the flies out. Just here, take our stuff and put it on the internet, and we look bad. But I wanna. That's why I'm raving about my customers, and I'm ranting about my customers as well, because I'm ranting on my behalf because it's a lot of work to make sure that your customers are happy. Because people are out there to just. Some people are malicious. And they just say shit just to say shit. Because, like, I boosted a post on Facebook about our business or whatever. And somebody said, well, the enchilada looks like a lasagna and meat kills people. What the fuck are you talking about, you ignorant ass?
Okay, if meat kills people, why are you on Pastrami on the Run?
Why are you responding? Why did you have anything to say? Why? So I had
Wow.
to. That's my rant. That is my rant. If you don't have to say anything, I know that those when I do a boost, it'll show up on your timeline and everything. You don't have to now laser focus on my brand and then come and say something negative just to fucking say something. Like, you could just bypass it. If you don't eat meat, bypass it. It says pastrami on the run. That's meat. So why are you even going on the page to say anything?
Exactly.
People
That's what
are weird.
Why would you even be on that page?
Yes. People are weird. I mean, I have received so many just weird. They're not interested in the brand. They're not interested in buying nothing. They just want to say weird shit. And I just delete them off of there. I mean, I don't want your shit on my thing. I don't want you saying weird shit. It don't have nothing to do with nothing. But then there's a lot of people that was like, okay, well, where are you located? Where can I find the menu? Asking questions that, need to be answered about the brand. But them other people, I'm like, there's some really weird people out here in this world. They're just freaking weird. I'm reading this. I'm like, delete. I just deleted them. So, thank you, customers, for everything. We appreciate it. We had our opening, and it's been going okay. Right now, we're getting our name out there, and I'm looking for business to pick up within like this month to just really boost itself out there. So, thank you guys. We appreciate that. Go ahead.
I just saw something today about that. I believe it's OSHA. I think it's OSHA, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody is trying to say that in California that they're working trying to figure out if we need to continue wearing our masks.
Yeah.
In the workplace.
In the workplace, yes. I've seen that on the news.
Another year?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In the workplace.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it at all.
I ain't either. I was gonna wear my mask anyway because.
Yeah, I want to continue wearing my mask, but I didn't think it was going to be a whole year though.
Yeah, I was watching.
I was gonna give them another 6 months.
To come out of your mask. Is everybody okay out here? No, not yet. Okay, I'll do another 3 months.
I was thinking like the first of the year or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. I didn't think like another year or two for the mask wearing inside of the business. I mean, inside of the office.
Yeah.
All right. Whether you're vaccinated or not.
Yep. Because I was reading, I was listening to the news when I came in from work, and they were saying because of like workers' comp. So people, if you say, okay, you don't have to wear your mask because you're vaccinated, but then say that somebody gives you COVID while you're at work. So now it's a work-related injury because you caught it at work, even if they may have caught it somewhere else. Yeah. So they're trying to say, well, they're just trying to put all the precautions in the workplace to still stay covered up. So.
And they should, because it could cost a lot of money to the business.
Heck yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It's no way to figure out where somebody caught COVID. Be like, no, you got that from homeboy you was with the other day. No, I was at work. And I know that Sally Sue over there been out for 10 days.
Exactly. And homeboy at work, he don't even have it. So I didn't get it from homeboy.
Right.
And Sally Sue over here, they caused it red nose, everything. Right. And then she had been to work in 9.5 days. And you can say that I didn't get it from her.
I got it from her. We ain't seen her in 9.5 days. I know. Right. I know quarantine. Right. I know. How many hours I have left on the books? Okay. Get my money.
Exactly.
I'm out of here.
So you know what? There was another thing I wanted to ask you about. That whole thing with Monique.
Yeah.
Monique and what is it? What did they wear on their heads? Bonnets?
They wear bonnets and scarves and stuff on their heads. And Monique,
so what do you think about that?
Well, I mean, I'm not the best person to say anything. Don't say nothing bad about Monique. That's me. I love Monique. But I had seen her on Instagram, and I listened to what she was saying, and I'm like, yeah. And what she was pretty much saying is that when she goes to the airports and she goes out and when she's going to do her shows, she noticed that there are a lot of us black women walking around, and it's probably younger black women walking around with bonnets on their head, pajamas on, and what's those shoes? House shoes on in the airport. And she's like, "What are y'all doing? Like, you guys, look how you guys are representing yourself. You representing yourself the way that they think about us. Like, they look like mammies. They just not clean." They walk around, they lazy, they dirty, you walking around with your PJs on at the airport. And she's like, you need to kind of, you don't have to get, and she said, it's not for a man. It's just the way you represent yourself, how you look, how you present yourself. You're not presenting yourself in a way.
Putting some effort towards your appearance.
Yes. Something. You don't have to put a whole bunch of makeup on. You at the airport, you can put on something comfortable, but you don't have to be like that. Like, it's just a lot. And so they were saying that she was getting backlash. Some people was out, some of the women was out here criticizing her, saying that this was such a disappointment. Imagine women growing up watching you being loud, cursing, grabbing your crotch, and making hideous jokes just for you to turn around and police women. She's a comedian. What do you expect? She police women with wearing bonnets. She's a comedian.
She just wanted to take a serious point and bring up something right now.
Right.
Come on.
Exactly. So I'm like, why are y'all coming down on her? But you know what? What I love about her, she said that she is unapologetic. She's like, I'm not apologizing for what I said. I said what I said because y'all just need to listen to what I'm trying to tell y'all. She said that she had Patti LaBelle and Margaret Avery had to tap her on the shoulder at one point in her life because she had some kind of feelings about some situation, and they was like, look, you need to stop acting the way you acting. And she said that they didn't tell her with lollipops and kisses with pancake syrup all over it. They told her how she needed to hear it, and she was grateful for that.
Okay.
So I just know that it's these younger generation that's like, oh, you can't tell me what to wear. You can't tell me how to do this. You can't tell me how to wear my hair. You can't do this. You can't tell me nothing. Like, this is you can't tell me nothing generation. They don't want to hear nothing.
Right. There's nothing. They won't accept any correction.
No. This is constructive criticism.
They know everything.
They do.
They are in this, what are you talking, the mindset of they feel like you owe them everything.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The word skips me right now. But it's really sad. It's really sad.
Yeah.
The way they see everything and they view everything.
Yeah. In a very
it's just
negative way.
You got to do everything for them. You have to hand them everything.
Yeah.
They just feel like they don't have a life without social media. They don't want to go out and just have friends, and have interaction, with people. Mm-hmm. They just rather just be on their phones and be on their computer, and that's just their whole livelihood. They just have this entitlement.
Yep. That's the word right there. It's
really crazy. But, back in my time, I remember my parents, it was like, you don't wear clothes outside, and then you come in and sit on your bed and you wear some pajama pants outside. What are you doing?
Right.
I mean, the furthest we could go in some pajamas is when you're running outside to the garage to get your laundry at the dryer.
Okay. And running back. You better come right back too. Right back. Right. And leave them shoes.
Go past that gate.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
That was the thing. Okay, but rollers in your hair and stuff. It's just well, I'm just going to the car to get them out the car. Oh, okay.
You better not go further than that car.
It was like, you didn't do that.
Right.
You didn't do that. And wear your house shoes out in public?
No.
Are you kidding me?
Not at all.
Girl.
It wasn't going down.
Oh my gosh.
It was not going down.
Oh my gosh. That was just purely crazy.
Yeah.
And, we couldn't do it.
No.
You just couldn't do it.
No, I remember my dad. My dad was going somewhere, and I wanted to go with him. And my hair. That's when we used to have a whole bunch of hair, a head full of rollers, because I had a feather, and it was going in with the little booty in the back, and I had them all in a row, all nice and neat. And he was like, "Where you going?" I'm like, "I'm going with you." He said, "You ain't going nowhere with me with them rollers in your hair. You ain't going nowhere." He said, "You could probably put a scarf on." He was like, "Nah, you gonna have to take them out." And I was like, "You know how long it took me to roll this?" He said, "Well, then you're not going with me.
You're not going with me.
No.
You're not ready. Your hair's not done.
Your hair not done." So, I get it. I get what she's saying.
I get it too. And I remember back in the day, my grandmother and my auntie, they used to tell me all the time that, and I saw the pictures, when they went to the airport, girl, they be dressed up.
Dressed all the way. It's like you going to church, like dressed.
Like you going to church. They were dressed up.
Yeah.
Now I can't do that. Now I have to be comfortable. I'm gonna wear my comfortable shoes. I'm gonna wear, some sweatpants.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna carry, a jacket or a sweater or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I'm not dressing up to where I'm uncomfortable. I mean, you know what I mean? Come on an airplane.
No, I'm gonna be comfortable, but that's like snuggy sleep. They wearing a whole little snuggy outfit with the scarf or the bonnet, and then they house shoes, and then they got a blanket. Yeah, pillows.
That is so gross.
So you putting your blanket and your pillow on the airplane, and you probably don't even wash it when you get into your bed. You just throw it on your bed. That's gross. That's gross.
I just can't do it.
Yeah.
I just can't do it. I don't understand it whatsoever.
Yeah. I'm just glad that Monique said that she's not apologizing for anything.
Good for her. Stand on what you said.
Yeah, I said it and I meant it.
I support her. Because those bonnets we used to wear, you wear the bonnets in the shower, right?
Yeah. You wear them in the shower.
I mean, before there were even plastic bags that you could just get put them on. But back in the day, you had bonnets.
Yeah.
I mean, every woman in my mother's household, we had a bonnet, and everybody had their own bonnet, and you brought it in the bathroom when you got ready to shower.
Yeah, exactly. And you could wear it in the house, but you're not wearing it outside. Where are you going?
You're not wearing it outside.
Where are you going with that on your head? And I don't care, because now they've been made bonnets like a thing. Everybody got the stylish bonnet and with the silk and all this little stuff. That's still for the home. That's still for you to be at home. It's not for you to go run around and get groceries and do all this other stuff. You're grown. You don't need to be walking around like at the airport because your hair is messed up. Come on, people. And you got a wig on or weave underneath that bonnet anyway, so let your curls and whatever down.
And let some air come to your actual head.
Let some air.
How about that? It's just I am not a wig person. Mm-hmm. I'm not a weave person. I can wear straw hats in the summer. I can wear a hat every once in a while. It's not so bad. But I'm not even a braid person. Mm-hmm. I can't have those things in my hair. That's just not my style. I don't like it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I like it on some women, but it's just not for me.
Right.
But I just can't imagine the heat that it would be on your head.
Right.
With a wig, or the heat from, weaves and tracks and stuff like that, and the pulling of the hair. I couldn't even imagine having that stuff in my head, man. I just can't. I want to feel my scalp. I want to be able to scratch my scalp.
Right.
I don't want to pat my head.
Right.
I don't want to try to scratch my head and the whole damn wig is moving. I don't want to do that.
I don't miss them days when I used to I wore a wig a couple of times.
Like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I just don't. When I turn the fan on, I want to be able to feel it.
Right. In your scalp.
Oh my God, I just can't. I just I don't understand that. And some women look good in wigs. I don't think that the wig should look wiggy. Yeah. I think that it should look as natural as possible. Mm-hmm. And I think you need to put some time and some money on it. Right. You know what I mean? So you can have nice wigs and everything like that. Some women can really pull them off. Some can't. Yeah. But I mean, as long as you look presentable and stuff like that, I don't have a problem with it. But I mean, don't have on a wig and then turn around and put on some big old bonnet and then have some half-ass weave that should have been out a long time ago and you still trying to work with it. Right. and you put scars all around it or whatever. It's just like, you just make me feel uncomfortable.
Right. You're making me feel real uncomfortable right now.
Real uncomfortable.
And she said she gonna tap people. She gonna tap people on the shoulder. She said she gonna start tapping some of her sisters. She said she was gonna start tapping her sisters on her little. They call her auntie. She said, so I'm gonna start tapping my little nieces on the shoulder, like when I see them in public. So I'm just letting you know, when I see you out there looking like that, and you're gonna get a little tap from me and be like, don't be doing that.
Okay. I mean, and it's not like she's trying to prove anything to anyone. What she's just trying to say, we two beautiful people to be coming out looking like this. Yeah. We got more to offer to the world than this.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand it.
Yeah.
I understand it.
And it's not about, people trying to say, oh, you talk to your black women like that. What are you talking about? It's nothing negative. It's not a negative thing. And if you don't like it, then don't do it. If you want to walk around here with your bonnet and your pajamas and your house slippers, then continue doing it. Just continue doing it. It's fine. Do you. But she's telling you that you look all hot crazy. You look crazy. You look crazy to people. People looking at you like, what? Huh? They're not respecting you when they see you like that.
I mean, do your man want to see all that all the time? Right. Don't he want to see something else?
Right, please.
He probably walking around with the do-rag.
He probably right. He got his house shoes and his little pajama bottoms right next to your ass. Sagging, showing his underwear. Oh my gosh.
I just saw that visual.
With his blanket and his pillow.
Ooh, that's so gross.
That is gross, but if that's what y'all want to do, Monique can't stop you from doing it. She just letting you know you look crazy. She's saying you look crazy in these spaces looking like that. And you're probably a really beautiful woman. You're probably a really beautiful guy. But nobody's going to ever know that because you walking in these spaces looking crazy.
Right.
It is what it is. All right, y'all. We made our whole hour after we didn't record it in 30 minutes. We did. We did that. Yay, we made it. All right, let's do a quickie. Well, we actually did a good job. So, yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Mary, for the redo.
No problem. I'm in it.
Here. So thank you. We reached the end of episode 97 of Just Being Me podcast. You guys have a great day, evening, morning, whenever you listen to this. And weekend, yes. Keep your mask on. Oh, my dad's birthday is on Monday. Happy birthday, Dad.
Oh,
yes.
Happy birthday, Mr. Brian.
Yep, his birthday. We're going to celebrate it on Sunday. So,
what are you guys going to do? You guys going to fix some good food?
Yeah, we're going to make some oxtails and cornbread and greens. And, yeah, he likes that.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's nice of you guys to do that for him.
Yeah. And then that's it. That's all he wanted. He said he didn't want to go nowhere. He wanted to have dinner at the house. So we're going to bring him dinner to the house.
Did you guys order him a cake?
We ordered him. Okay, so this man wanted 2 cakes. He said he loves coconut cake and he loves party cakes. They have a banana pudding cake.
Oh, okay.
So he wanted both of those. But we ordered him 2 cakes last time. Everybody didn't eat all of that. Like, we don't need all that cake. We big people. You don't need all that cake. You don't need it. I sounded like my grandmother.
You just ordered the cake. Don't they have those in like the form of cupcakes though? Couldn't you just like get some cupcakes?
Bam! You sound just like me. So I said, sister, order some coconut cupcakes. Get like maybe 6 of those. And then do the other banana cream, whatever it is, the banana pudding, whatever that is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I think that's what she's gonna do. I said, because we not gonna eat all that cake. The cake will be sitting there, right. And they don't need it. They don't need to have that sitting there. So
it's gonna end up in the garbage.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and those cakes are not cheap. So them
cakes are not cheap.
They're not cheap. You want to throw away your money like that? Then go ahead. I'm like, no. So, yes, so we'll be celebrating this weekend.
Happy birthday, Margot's daddy.
Yay, happy birthday, daddy. All right, y'all. We will be here next week.
See you next week.
Peace out, y'all.
Good night.